All right, here we are now. Now we are in this moment. Now we are in this joy. Now we are in this peace. Now we are accepting our unity, our consciousness, our divinity. We are accepting that we are this space of truth. We are accepting that we are this space of peace. We are accepting that we are this space of union with all things. The consciousness within us is the union with all things. The consciousness within us is the union with divinity. It is the union with peace. It is the union with love. It is the union with all consciousness, everywhere, every time. We've always been here in this moment. We've always been here in this space of truth. We've always been here in this space of divinity. This is our true space. This is who we are. This is what we've come to know ourselves as we go deeper and deeper into our beings. We come to know ourselves as the divinity and the truth of all things. We come to know ourselves as the peace and the understanding that works through us to bless those around us in the divinity, in the consciousness, in the peace, in the oneness of all things. We are working as light beings. We are working on this planet as light beings. We have come here to be light beings. The light of our own divinity, the light of our own truth, the light of our own self. That is what's working in us, as the divinity of all things. We have come here to be light beings, right? And in being light beings, so we walk the world as a beam of light. We walk the world as a consciousness of grace. We walk the world as an understanding of truth. We walk the world as the seeking, as the knowing, as the dwelling in God's consciousness and in God's bliss. And we are light beings. We have come here to share our light with the world. We have come here to shed our light upon those who are seeking. We have come here to be the light for those who are wondering. We have come here to be the dwelling place of peace for those who are seeking, right? Where are you going in your path of peace? Where are you going in your path of truth? Where are you going in your path of divinity? We are light workers. What is a light worker? A light worker has come to be the truth of themselves by the divine understanding of their inner being. A light worker has come to be the truth of themselves, right? By that divine understanding of their inner being. So we are light workers. We work in the light. We work in the truth. We work in the peace. And we work in the love of consciousness and grace. We are light workers. We consciously are aware of ourselves as being in the light, as being in the truth, and as being in the peace. We are light workers. We consciously allow ourselves to experience everything around us as joy, as peace, as love, as consciousness, and as grace. A light worker is the work of the light angels that have come here to be divine, graceful, free, peaceful, truthful. Everything that is within us is consciously aware of our space of truth within our own being. Everything within us is consciously aware of that space of truth within our own self. We are working the light, right? We are working the light. There is a consciousness within us that is speaking through us. There is a consciousness within us that is allowing us to become the greatness of our own true being. There is a consciousness within us that is speaking through our beings as the truth of all things. We know this consciousness as grace. We know this consciousness as truth. And we know this consciousness as love. So divine love is the consciousness of all things. We've known that, right? We've experienced that and we've seen that. The divine love that dwells within us is radiating out from us into the consciousness of everything that dwells on this earth plane. The divine love that dwells within us is the consciousness that we seek in everything that we are doing. We consciously allow ourselves to be divine in every moment of every day. And in this divinity, we know that God's grace is working through us, right? So we're aware that the consciousness within us is also in the consciousness of everything around us. We're aware that the consciousness within us is also in the consciousness of everything that we see every day. Where is our light being given? Where is our light being shown? Where is our light being given? I give my light to the divinity, to the Christ within every being that I see. I give my light to the divinity, to the consciousness, to the grace in every one that I meet. I give my light to the consciousness, to the grace, to the truth of my own understanding. And through that divinity, we Christ the energy around us, right? We Christ the energy within us. We Christ the energy that seeks for God's consciousness, for God's dwelling place, and for God's bliss. We are the light bearers. We are the ones who have come here to see grace, to see truth, and to see peace in everything that we're doing. We are the light workers. We are the ones who have come here to allow the energy of God's grace to be seen in everyone and everything. We are the light workers. The light is shining forth from within us, and we are consciously aware of that light becoming the grace and the truth and the peace in everyone. Why is it so important that we do our work here now? Why is it so important that we start stepping forward in a conscious way, in a graceful way, in a peaceful way, in a loving way? Why is it so important that we access this consciousness within us, that we allow this consciousness to be awakened in everything we see, that we allow this consciousness to be aware of the consciousness in everything that we see? If we do not accept our work as a light being, we must accept ourselves as less than who we truly came here to be. If we do not accept our work as a light being, then we must accept ourselves as less than who we truly came here to be. I am a light being. I dwell in the place of divinity within me. I dwell in the place of truth within my own seeking. I dwell in the place of light that allows me to respond to every situation in my life with graceful energy and peace. I know that I am divinely guided in all of my wanderings. I know that I am divinely directed to do what I've come here to do. This is my peace. This is my awakening. This is my conscious awareness. I now accept my truth as a light being, as a divine worker in grace and peace. I now accept my truth as the one who is consciously aware of everything that I've come here to do and be. I now accept my truth as the one who is consciously aware of the light that I am shining on everything I am doing, seeing, and accepting into my reality. I am now consciously aware that everything that I am doing is consciously alive within the grace of God's energy. It is time for the light workers of the world to become known, to become felt, to become seen, to become allowed to do our work here on this earth plane. It is time for all of the light workers to step forth and allow ourselves to be the divine beings of consciousness and grace that we have come here to be. It is time for all of the light workers to consciously express ourselves as the conscious beings that we are already and have known ourselves as for eternity. Allow yourself to become full of your grace and your peace and your energy of awakening. Allow yourself to become full of your peace and your grace and your energy of awakening. You are consciously aware that you have come here to be all that you are already. You are aware that you have come here to be the conscious being of light that shares your truth and your divinity with everyone in this reality. We do not step behind the sidelines anymore. We do not step backstage anymore. We do not step behind our own feet anymore. We walk forward in our own grace and we become, see, know the truth of our own beings. Share your essence, share your truth, share your light, and share your divinity. Why have you come here? The question within you is, why have I come here? If I know that I am sharing light, if I know that I am sharing love, if I know that I am sharing the grace of God's divinity in everything that I am doing, am I consciously aware that I am seeking this grace in everything that I do, everything that I see? I am consciously aware that I am enlightening the world with my own grace, with my own truth, and with my own peace. It is time now for each and every one of us to step forward to be the one that we came here to be. It is time now for each and every one of us to step forward and be the one that we came here to be. It is time now for each and every one of us to step forward and consciously grace the world with the energy that resides within us as the energy of all things. We are consciously aware that we are God's grace. We are consciously aware that we are God's truth, and we are consciously aware that we are the energy of consciousness within all things. So where is that energy going? We now need to step forth within our divinity and be the divine beings that we came here to be. We now need to step forth within our divinity and know that the consciousness within us is the consciousness that is seeking truth in everything we are doing. We now need to step forth within our divinity and access that consciousness in everything and everyone that we see. Where is the reality that you are creating? Where is the reality that you are giving to the world? Where is the reality that you are giving to yourself in this energy of peace now? We consciously allow each and every being that we meet to become great. We consciously allow each and every being that we meet to become divine and pristine. We consciously allow every being that we meet to become the perfect, pure energy of grace and consciousness that each and every being is here on this this earth plane. We step forth in our divinity. We step forth in our truth. We step forth in the peace that resides within us as the peace of all things. We step forth as the being of divine light that we came here to be. It is now time to graciously allow yourself to become that divinity within all things. It is time now to graciously allow yourself to become that divinity in all things. What if we weren't seeking God? What if we weren't seeking divinity? What if we weren't seeking the truth of all things? What if we weren't seeking our own peace within our own being, within our own dwelling place? What if we weren't seeking the things that we need to see on this earth plane? The energy of our consciousness, the energy of our grace, the energy of our truth is seeking everything within us that is us already. We must now step forth and be the divine beings of light that we came here to be. We must now step forth in our divinity and be the divine beings of light that we came here to be. We must step forth in our divinity now and allow that access, allow that consciousness, allow that truth, allow that peace to be everything that we have ever seen, everything that we have ever known, everything that we have ever consciously experienced on this earth plane. Allow it to come forth now from within you and be the divine being that you came here to be. I must now accept myself as divine. I must now accept myself as free. I must now accept myself as consciousness. I must now accept myself as the perfect, pure, divine being of light that I am already. I must now accept myself as this light being that I have come here to be. I am a light being. I am a light being. I have come here to be divine. I have come here to be pure. I have come here to be perfect. I have come here to be pristine. Do we allow this light to shine forth in everything we are doing? Do we allow this light to shine forth from the energy of the consciousness within our own self? Do we allow this energy to shine forth within every being, within everything that we see? We are consciously aware that we are light bearers. We are consciously aware that we are light workers. We are consciously aware that we are shedding this light onto everyone and everything we see. Consciously be aware of your own divinity. Consciously be aware of your own truth. Consciously share this light with everything that you are doing, because if there is no need for you to share your light, then why did you come to this earth plane? If there is no need for you to share your light, then why did you become the one that you came here to be? If there is no need for you to share this light with the world, then why are you here? What are you doing? You know that the light within you is the light of all things. You know that the grace within you is the grace of all things. You know that the peace within you is the peace of God's grace in everything you are doing. Come forth now and allow your divinity to be seen. Come forth now and allow your divinity to be exposed. Come forth now and allow your divinity to be felt and heard. Come forth now and allow your divinity to be seen in everything you are doing. We need each and every light worker on this planet to be seen now. We need each and every light worker on this planet to be exposed now. We need each and every light worker on this planet to be conceptually seeing themselves as the divine essence of all things. We need each and every light worker on this planet now to step forth, to become, to know, to trust, to dwell in that place of consciousness. We are the light workers of the world. We are doing the light work that we came here to do. Step forth in your divinity and allow that light to shine forth from with you, in you, into the world around you. We, each and every one of us, have a perfect role in this play. We, each and every one of us, have a perfect divine consciousness that comes through us as the truth of all things. We, each and every one of us, are accessing that consciousness within us right now in everything that we are doing. Allow your light to shine forth. Allow your light to become who you are. Allow your light to know God's grace in everything you are doing. We are now conscious and aware of our light work. We are now conscious and aware of the truth we are giving to every being around us. We are now conscious and aware of the things that we are seeking and everything that we are doing. We are now consciously aware that the light that shines forth from within us is accessing the truth and the consciousness and the divinity and everything around us. We are now consciously aware that the light that shines forth from within us will access everyone and everything, because the light shares the energy of God's grace. The light shares the energy of God's peace, and the light shares the energy of who we truly are, always have been, and always will be. I consciously am asking you, please bring forth your light energy. I am asking you, please bring forth the truth of your being. I am asking you, please bring forth the truth of your energy of grace now on this earth plane. It is seen, it is heard, it is known, it is felt, it is experienced by everyone that is seeing you in your grace, in your truth, and in your peace. Allow yourself to be seen as the light worker that you are. Allow yourself to be felt and heard as the divine essence of all things. Allow yourself to know yourself as the grace of everything we are doing in this conscious moment of truth and peace now. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be heard. Allow yourself to be experienced. Allow yourself to be felt. We now must be felt. We now must be seen. We now must be experienced as the divine light workers, as the divine consciousness of all things. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be heard. Allow yourself to be felt in this energy of grace. We will now all work together as light workers, as conscious awareness, and as conscious peace. We will all now work together as light workers, as conscious awareness of peace. We are working together to bring the energy of this consciousness into this world as a graceful being, one graceful being of light, one graceful being of peace, one graceful being of energetic consciousness and awareness. We are working together as one consciousness, as one energy, as one grace, as the truth of all things. We are now working together. We are bringing this consciousness together. We are bringing this truth to this platform that we have laid out before us. We are bringing this truth to this conscious grace in everything that we are doing. We are now working together to bring this consciousness into the peace, into the truth, into the energy of grace within everything that we are doing. Consciously allow yourself to become the light being that you are already. Consciously allow yourself to become the light being that you know you have seen. Consciously allow yourself to become the light worker of God's grace, God's truth, and God's energy, because that's why we're here. That's what we're doing, and that's how we are seen. Allow yourself to be seen as this grace, as this truth, and as this energy now. Allow yourself to be seen as the consciousness, as the grace, as the truth, as the divinity of all things. Allow yourself to be seen as the consciousness within all things that is the grace and the truth of all things. Consciously aware, consciously aware. The light workers must step forth now. The light workers must be seen now. The light workers must stand in their power now. The light workers must greet each other with energy and grace. We must see each other with energy and grace. We must allow each other to be seen in energy and grace. We must support this work within each and every light bearer on this earth plane. We are now seeking God's grace in everything that we are doing. There is nothing else. There is nothing else to do. There is nothing else to see. Allow your light to shine forth. Allow your light to be generated in each and every aspect of your life. Allow your light to be who you are now. We are that already. We speak the words of God's grace. We speak the words of God's truth. We speak the words of God's peace. We are now that. We speak that. We feel that. We love that. We know that. I allow you to be me in this conscious space of grace, truth, and peaceful energy. Allow yourself to step forth now in the divinity of your truth. Allow yourself to step forth now in the divinity of your peace. Allow yourself to step forth now in everything that you are doing. We are conscious, we are aware, we are divine. I love you. Be the being that you came here to be. That's it. We are consciously aware that the light work that we are doing is divine. We are consciously aware that the light work that we are giving to others is perfect and pristine. We are consciously aware that the light work that we're shedding upon this world, upon the grace around us, is the energy, is the grace, and is the truth of all things. I allow you to become. I allow you to become. I allow you to become everything that you are already. In grace, in truth, in peace, in love, in divine understanding. Catch that feeling of grace within your own being now and allow God's grace to run through you as you catch that grace, and it allows you to be the energy of consciousness in all things. No more standing back, no more standing back, no more standing back. Step forth, be the divine being of light that you are already. Seek your divinity within all things and know yourself as the peace, as the divinity, and as the truth of your own conscious grace. We are divine. We are divine, and we seek that divinity in everything. I love you. Divine peace, divine love, divine truth. I love you. Ma karamita yata.
Love is all you ever need.